heart trunks to tree trunks, we are here growing the next generation of trees and hearts in this work together. Hi there, I'm Kay, PEIPL's Executive Director. Over the next couple of minutes, I invite you on a journey to learn more about our program, PA Plants Native. PA Plants Native is many things to many people. It is a community and it is also a coordinating network. It seeks to address one of the root causes of climate change, that is, our disconnection from each other and from the planet. Through the enthusiasm and passion of volunteers, community organizations, and congregations, we have grown to become a network of 40-plus distribution sites, reaching into 60 of Pennsylvania's 67 counties and activating more than 5,000 planters across the Keystone State. We estimate that our network has educated tens of thousands of people, with over 1,500 people registering for a webinar in the past 3 years alone. Together, we have reached an incredible milestone: 250,000 native trees and shrubs distributed into Pennsylvania communities. We are so grateful for the many faithful leaders who have helped to shape this program. We owe a great debt of gratitude, in particular to Greg Williams for his vision in helping to bring this program to life. In addition, we give thanks for the tireless work of Ruth Douglas Miller these past few years, who has served as the inaugural Creation Care Coordinator, which has been a volunteer position. We seek to remember and celebrate all the good things we have done and achieved together. This is the story of how tiny little saplings can grow into great big old trees. This is your story.
Hi, I'm Greg Williams. I live in Williamsburg, Pennsylvania, and it has been a true joy to plant trees and distribute trees through the PPN. 12 years ago, my granddaughter Tallulah was born, and I got to spend a day a week caring for her. Tallulah's birth and my love of her convinced me that I had to spend the majority of my time and energy trying to ensure that she and this planet have a future. When I came to that realization, I had no idea what to do, what would make a difference. I felt alone and very scared and depressed for some time. But through one of many divine nudges or coincidences that I've found in my life, I discovered that there happened to be a chapter of PAIPL around the corner. I discovered that this organization of people of faith, spirituality, or moral compass believed in science, believed in human-made climate change, and felt they should be doing something about it through advocacy, education, and action. In 2017, I heard of a new book called Drawdown, subtitled The Most Comprehensive Plan Ever Proposed to Reverse Global Warming. I ordered a copy right away and found that they ranked the care and restoration of temperate forests, what we have here in central PA, as the 12th most productive intervention leading to drawdown, the point where excess carbon starts to decline. Bingo. I had my answer. Planting natives not only increased biodiversity, but also reduced greenhouse gases. During the period between 2017 and 2020, I had also connected with DCNR's annual riparian buffer summits, where I got schooled in general on the state of the art of invasive removal and planting native plants. It was there that I first met the people of the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, which had a plan to distribute 10 million free native trees and shrubs across Pennsylvania. They were aiming their distribution at conservation districts and conservancies, which mainly worked along edges of farm fields near creeks and streams. I told them what I was up to in Blair, Center, and Huntington counties, and they were willing to include me, an outlier, to their distribution. This was a godsend that solved my attempt to get affordable trees to plant in 3 places where I had permission to work. I believe I went to CBF's warehouse in Duncannon, near Harrisburg, and loaded up my van, stored them in my driveway, and got to work. I built up my requests from 100 to 300 one season, and then the next season 500, and then 1,000. That last distribution just happened to coincide with the COVID epidemic. I had a new dilemma. I had 1,000 trees and no volunteers to plant with me. So I contacted those volunteers and others and asked them if they might like to take the plants and either plant them in their own yard, as Doug Tallamy recommended, or contact local parks, churches, municipalities, etc., and plant from there. I did what I needed to do to utilize the plants. I was stunned when in a matter of a few days, almost all the plants were whisked away by folks eager to take advantage of this. At this point, I was eager to respond to this new possibility and contacted CBF and asked if we could continue to respond to a clear desire from individual landowners, environmental centers not on DCR's radar, churches, synagogues, etc., to do habitat restoration on their lands. They cautiously agreed, and over the following years, the number of plants we ordered for each distribution grew and grew. Soon, word spread, and there were requests for plants way outside of our 3-county area. CBF originally intended for all the trees and shrubs to go in the Chesapeake Bay watershed, and eventually had requests from areas to the east and west of the watershed, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Again, CBF agreed to this expansion as we had become a major vehicle for getting plants in the ground in this new way. The program needed to expand again, both to improve the logistics and to share my burden of organizing how the plants were distributed. Spreadsheets were not in my wheelhouse, but were necessary, and we found a volunteer retired college professor to take on that task. In the last year, I was able to retreat to my original job of just distributing and planting in this immediate area. As a Christian, I believe in a God of love who, in a mystery I will never understand, created an incredibly awesome, complicated, beautiful world where we humans, as depicted in the myth of Adam and Eve, separated ourselves from that loving God by thinking we were self-reliant, wanted to think we knew more than God, and we lost our paradise. I also believe that same God loves us crazy humans, nevertheless, and wants us to save this lovely planet, and is moving many people in many different ways to take on that task of humbly placing ourselves back where we belong, in the company of myriad, marvelous fellow creatures coexisting. We need to step back from our egocentric stance and get in right relationship again.
But then once you say, all right, this beautiful world belongs to the Creator who made it, and they have given us the job to steward this place, how can we not do our very best? So when Greg said he really wanted to spend more time planting trees and less time moving data around, I said, well, I'm retired and I can do this without really having an idea of what I was getting into. But it is pretty much just spreadsheet manipulation and a lot of email communications, which most of the time is fun, and which is what I did a lot of as a professor. So everybody is so happy. I guess getting free green things is such a good thing. Everybody is so polite and kind and delighted, and thank you very much, even when I have to say, I'm really sorry, I can only give you one, or we don't have any more of those left. Everybody's just been so kind. So besides the looking after God's creation part, which is obvious, there is also looking after God's people, and that means all people, and doing our best for them. And we're all in this together, and there's definitely a partnership there.
Seedlings, but this will be full of something.
My name is Claire Zeidervliet. I'm one of the owners and growers at Octoraro Native Plant Nursery in Kirkwood, Pennsylvania. Our nursery's been around since 1990, so we've put hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of trees into the hands of people that are planting them out there over the last 30 years, which is something that we're really proud of. We grow anywhere between 80 to 120 species of native plants at the nursery any given year. We do lots of our workhorse bread and butter species such as black gums and shrub dogwoods, oaks, river birch, things like that. We work with various partners on distributing trees to programs like the 10 Million Trees, K10, and we do the part about getting the trees to the planters, but really the planters are doing the harder part, which is getting them in the ground and making sure that they survive out there to create a forest. It's great to know that there's so many passionate people out there that want to get these trees in the ground, and we're so glad to have a part in that process.
Hello everyone, peace. My name is Kent Bay. I am the executive steward volunteer here at the Peace and Friendship Farm, operated by the Project Love Coalition, which I founded back in 2014 with some veterans and non-veteran neighbors in the Hill District neighborhood of City of Pittsburgh. It's just been an exciting day thus far. A lot of things going on. Had an early start on this project of distributing trees. Brings people together and raises awareness to conservation. Extremely important to not just the environment, but also to the Project Love Coalition, which has at the very basis of its existence conservation. Being a person of African descent, born here in America, I'm a U.S. military veteran, and having 3 generations of my family live in the Hill District neighborhood, with my family moving from down south in the agricultural belt there to the north. It's really fulfilling for me to be able to connect with the environment in ways that are very wholesome, very healing. We get to do all this in the urban environment, in a very welcoming space. So always going to have vehicles zooming up and down the street. It's a wonderful feeling.
The Tree Tenders Group is a local project of Philadelphia chapter of PAIPL. We have planted almost 300 trees in the Germantown area. When I found out about what PAIPL was doing with the Chesapeake Bay watershed, I was always looking for more opportunities to promote trees. And my church, FUMCOG, became a secondary location for distribution. I just think trees are a great way to educate about the issues around climate. There's so many ways in which they just clean the air, reduce pollution, and work with runoff, and can reduce the heat island effect in so many areas in Philadelphia where the tree canopy is very low or non-existent.
Planting trees and distributing trees goes right along with our environmental mission that was created back in 2012 when Rock Hollow Woods Environmental Learning Center was founded.
Like most of Berks County and Pennsylvania, we have tons of invasive species here. It has brought the community and our participants together to remove these invasive species, as well as it has added to all of our programming, our nature pre-K, our toddlers. Lots of our programs benefit from this. They've become learning stations. The kids have gotten involved. So it is just a win-win for everyone.
I'm here today to volunteer with the Interfaith Power and Light 10 Million Trees giveaway. It's our final event. Master gardeners have been part of this for multiple years. It's a wonderful opportunity for volunteers to come together and help bring native plants into the community. Trees and shrubs are so important for our pollinators, for our ecosystems, and this is just a wonderful event to bring those resources into our community for smaller landowners that might not have acres and acres, but bring it to their home, bring it to their community, and it's a joy to be a part of every year.
How did we feel about today's event?
Fabulous.
We got more trees in the ground than I thought we would. I'm very happy. We have some people planting trees who haven't planted trees before, I think.
And the gnats are very happy.
The gnats are very happy. And I cried about poetry.
So did I.
Yeah.
All right.
We are grateful to the Chesapeake Bay Foundation for their many years of faithful partnership, including an investment into our staff and program this year to make the last year of this program successful. While our program transitions away from the K-10 Million Tree Project, which comes to an end this year, we are excited to continue training, equipping, and resourcing communities across Pennsylvania. I hope that you will join us for a conversation about the future of our tree programs and work in January 2026. From the bottom of my heart and from all of us here at PAIPL, thank you so much for the ways that you have supported, shaped, and cared about this program, about each other, and about this sacred work that is ours to steward.